Hello and welcome to the 6th video in my video series on how to do basic video editing using Adobe Premiere Pro CC. So in today's tutorial we're going to have a swift look at how we can adjust the brightness and contrast in our video clips on our editing track, and also after this we're going to have a look at how we render our sequence, so prepare the edited video that we have in our editing track here. We prepare this ready for an export. So first of all, I have a clip lined up for you here. If I do zoom in quickly, this clip here you can see is a little bit too bright. It's the beginning of the video. If I just press play,
welcome to this video.
You can see there's quite a lot of brightness I could do with adjusting this. So with the vertical scroll bar above the video clip we want to adjust, if we then come over here to this tab, click on that, come down to effects, and then in this search bar I'm going to type bright. You see when I do that, if I then scroll down here, you'll see that the brightness and contrast effect has appeared. We can, with the left button down on the mouse, drag that over and place that onto the clip we want to adjust. When we've done that, if we then come up over to this window, click on the Effects Control tab, you'll see here we have a brightness and contrast adjustable scale. If we float over these blue numbers, you'll see the cursor changes to a hand. When it does that, if we hold the left button down on the mouse, pull that to the left, you'll see I can actually start to reduce the brightness of my clip. Equally, if I pull it to the right, I can increase it. So I'm going to pull that down to about there. Also, the same applies to the contrast adjustment. So we hover over this. If I pull that to the left, you see that it adjusts the contrast, and if I pull that to the right, it adjusts the contrast. If we change our mind, edit, undo, edit, undo. Okay, the next thing I'd like to show you is how we prepare our video for export. First thing we're going to need to do, if we now pull that along so it's zoomed in and we can see all of the video and all of the clips and everything that we need to export. If I then move the vertical scroll bar to the start, right click, go to mark in, and then if I grab the vertical scroll bar again, move that to the end here, right click and mark out, you'll see that it's only selecting the area of the timeline that we want to prepare. You can see on the timeline that at the top here there's a yellow bar that runs all the way along. This means that this clip isn't ready, it isn't prepared for export yet. It hasn't had the effects applied and it hasn't had the audio adjustments applied. In order for this to happen, we need to come up to Sequence, click on Sequence, and then click on Render In to Out. When this process completes, you'll know that your video clip down here on the editing track is ready, as this yellow bar will turn green and this window will disappear. So that process is now completed. As you can see, the yellow bar along the top here has turned to green, which means that this video clip on our editing track is now prepared and ready for export. So all of the effects have been applied, all of the adjustments on our audio has been applied as well. So now we are ready to export our video clip. So if we go up to the top here to File, and then if we go down here to Export, Media, as you'll see this window will appear. The format here H.264. That is the best format to use. There are many other options available, but H.264 is HD, high quality, and also is the best format for uploading to YouTube. If we then come down here, you'll see we have the output name, and if we hover over it, the cursor changes to a hand. If we click on that, that then opens up this browser. This is where we can decide where we want to put the video file that we're going to make from our project. This is where we will name it. So I will call this export video. Video files MP4 is correct. Click on save. If that's worked properly, you'll see that the output name has now changed to export video. If we come down here, unless this has already been ticked, make sure that you tick use maximum render quality, which will achieve the best export quality. When you've done all that, you simply come down to export, click on this button. When this blue bar has reached 100%, your video file will be ready. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next tutorial.